MishyKat. Welcome back to the channel. I realize it's been a long time since I've uploaded anything, AMCARD or otherwise. I apologize. You know what? Life has been pretty hectic. Not necessarily with me, but in general. I think 2020 has been just interesting. You know, we've had natural disasters all over the world, and we still have this ongoing pandemic that is still ongoing, like I mentioned, and it's not a hoax as far as I know, at least I hope not. US has the most cases, specifically California has the most cases, specifically LA County. So LA County, California, United States are all in the #1 spot, and it's not necessarily a good thing. Although I think the cases in at least LA County have been dropping off a little bit, not by much, but I think that's a good thing. So I think we had a surge in cases because we've had these protests. Because people do not want to believe that this pandemic is real, and they don't want to wear the mask, and they don't want to do the social distancing. They just don't want to go out and have fun and be normal, and they can't seem to grasp that life is not normal right now. It'll be eventually, but not right now. And not only were there protests for that, there was protests for the Black Lives Matter movement. Specifically, the thing that kicked this all off was the murder of George Floyd. And this has gone back since 2012. It started with Trayvon Martin, and the person who murdered him was acquitted, and so these, I think 3 ladies started this Black Lives Matter group, organization, movement. And then it was the next one was Michael Brown and Eric, sorry, I have notes down here because I didn't want to forget people's names. Eric Gardner, and that was in 2014. I believe there was some in between 2014 and now, but the major ones are George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Elijah McClain, and there are protests going on now. There's some in Wisconsin, there are some in DC, and there are some in downtown LA. And that's so the reason I haven't been uploading is I've been really busy with work. I've still been working throughout the whole entire time, through the whole pandemic, mainly because I was the only one working. My boyfriend's classes, they got canceled, and his work assignment also got canceled. So for a couple months he was not working, and you're probably wondering, well, how come he didn't apply for EDD? Well, essentially he's self-employed, but he also works at a school district as a substitute office assistant. And he wasn't sure if he qualified for unemployment, and I asked around, and they said, oh yeah, don't worry, they have a special paper for self-employed people, because one of my coworkers, her husband is a taxi driver, and he's technically self-employed, and he ended up qualifying. But so I told him, just sign up, just do it. Everyone just like, what can it hurt? Just sign up. And we end up having complications with EDD. So apparently what ended up happening, besides the backlog, because everybody was signing up for unemployment was that he found out that someone has been collecting in his, either in his name and or with his social security number, and they've been doing that for 3 years. And he tried to tell him, no, I have not been collecting, I can show you proof, I have check stubs. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, no one is in the office for EDD, so no one could really help him. So it was just me working. And I may have mentioned this before in videos before. My schedule has been very interesting. So I normally work swing, so I work from 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Throughout this whole entire couple months so far, I've gone from swing to mornings, back to swing, and then because of the pandemic, they didn't want to have swing, so it was either mornings or graveyard, so I went to morning. And then after we had a stay-at-home order for California, it was done and over with in mid-May, although they wanted to extend it to July. I went back to swing, and then not 2 weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, I was asked to go back to mornings to help out this other group that they were supposed to get some temporary employees to come help them out, and they never got them. Actually, that group was supposed to get some, or our group was supposed to get some. Our group ended up getting 5, they ended up getting none. Then that 5 shrunk down to 2, and they try to send them to the group that I'm helping out right now. One of the temporary employees did not. They had sent her there, and she had worked there for a couple weeks, and she explained that she didn't like it, so she tried to go back to the other department, and they were like, no, we need you in this department. And she decided she didn't like this department. If she was not going to be able to stay in our department's called reflow, and reflow and extrusion, then she didn't want to go to the clean room, so she ended up quitting. And then we just had the one guy, so they sent the one guy over. He was just like, okay, I'll go. And then they recruited me and 3 other people, and we ended up going to mornings. So I work mornings now, and I work at 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Yes, I work at 5 a.m. and know that that's a hard 5:30, that 5 a.m. It's not like can I come in at 6? Can I do this? No, it's a hard schedule. It's 5 to 1:30 p.m. And I'm gonna be working that until September 4th. So you're probably wondering what's gonna happen after September 4th. Well, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. So sometime last year, we found out that the company I work for, their renewal lease, or their lease, is going to be over at the end of 2021. So next year, at the end of next year. And instead of deciding to renew it, they decided to let it go, and they decided to start moving people to their other facility, which is in Orange County in Irvine. So you're probably wondering, am I going to Irvine? To be honest, no. Unfortunately, some departments, they got relocated to Mexico. And if you haven't guessed already, the department I'm working in has been relocated to Mexico, along with, I want to say, 3 other departments. And that's the direction that decided to go in. They decided to pack up everything and take it to Mexico. Actually, I was supposed to be done by June. So, but because of COVID and everything, my end date got extended. So it's until September 4th, which is basically next Friday. And after that, I don't know what's going to happen. I have gotten my severance package already. I got it in July. A week prior to that, they told us your end date is not June 26th. We don't have your end date yet. And then a week later, actually July 7th, because I was out July 6th. I found out that my end date would be September 4th. And so I've just been working and been going to work every day and just pretending like I'm not gonna have a job in a week and a half. I'm well aware that I'm not gonna have a job in a week and a half, but I kind of put that to the wayside and I've just been focused on the task at hand, which is working. So when we first found out that we were laid off, I was in shock. Not as much as I thought it was gonna be, because it had been a rumor that it might happen, but we just thought it was a rumor. And for the first 2 weeks of finding out, I felt emotionally numb. I think it was my way of coping, like kind of shutting down and trying to assess what's going on. One of my coworkers said that wasn't normal and I should talk to somebody. So I've been talking to my boyfriend, I've been talking to my mom, I've been talking to friends, I've been talking to other coworkers, I've been talking to the nurse at work. So at the start of everything, I was going from okay to not okay. Like, basically kind of in panic mode, not in panic attack, but in panic mode, because I'm like, what am I gonna do? They gave us like 9 months. I was like, well, 9 months, it's still a long time to figure stuff out. I'm gonna be okay. So now I've been feeling okay, but I'm still anxious. So I'm like in between from before. And I've just been keeping a positive attitude about work. I just come to work every day and just keep a positive attitude and just give it my all, and that's all I can do. Because I didn't want to be one of those people that just, oh, I'm just going to give up because I'm not going to have a job at this certain time. Like, I mean, that feeling is normal, but I didn't want it to affect my work ethic and my job performance. And, I think maybe there's another opportunity out there for me. There's that maybe God has another path for me. And I just gotta see it and follow it through and see where it goes. But He can only show me the way. I have to take the steps forward. I can't just stay in place and just hope things will be okay. In the meantime, I've been distracting myself with stuff at home because of the pandemic, we can't really go anywhere. And lately we've been decluttering and reorganizing stuff at home, throwing stuff away we don't need. We recently got a storage unit. We've been wanting to get one for a while, but we have. The thing about this is, not only is my stuff here, my boyfriend's stuff here, our stuff together, it's also my boyfriend's dad's stuff and my boyfriend's sister's stuff. And I don't know if you know, some people might already know, but my boyfriend's dad passed away like 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years in this October, so you know, very soon. And he passed away unexpectedly. It was weird because the previous night, my boyfriend and his dad had been joking around and talking about stuff, and we all went to bed, and the next morning he was gone. If I remember correctly, I think what ended up happening is that he had a clot in his leg, because he had been complaining about his leg hurt, that he had been complaining about pain in his leg weeks prior, and we didn't realize what it was. We just thought maybe he liked to go walking. He used to try to get between 15,000 and 20,000 steps a day. And I'm trying to do that now, actually. It's been very hard because it's really hot in California right now. The past couple of weeks, well, we're in summer. We're actually towards the end of summer now because it's almost the end of August. But it doesn't really get truly cold until like October anyway. If it does get cold. So I think what ended up happening is the clot dislodged and the blood couldn't pump to his heart. So I think what ended up happening is he had a heart attack and he passed away. And unfortunately he didn't have a will. He didn't have anything prepared. He didn't have any arrangements for if he would pass. Because I don't think I think he thought he had a while to think about that. And so we had to scramble for the funeral, we had to scramble for the arrangements, or at least my boyfriend's family did. And he was cremated, he was put to rest in next to his brother, who had passed before him, who also passed from a heart attack. The weird about that thing is they're not biological brothers, they're both adopted. They were adopted by my boyfriend's grandpa and grandma. My boyfriend's dad came from Hong Kong, so he was an orphan. His parents had died from tuberculosis, and he made his way over here, and my boyfriend's grandpa adopted him. So we haven't been really able to move his stuff because my boyfriend and his sister have to go through stuff and itemize everything and see what it's worth, because it's their stuff now. We've been wanting to move his stuff, but his sister was very not keen on the idea at first. But now it's been 4 years, and we told her, hey, we've been thinking about getting a storage unit. We're gonna move Dad's stuff in there. We have to move Dad's stuff in there. It's been 4 years. And she was totally for it. So we ended up moving stuff into the storage unit. We got one close by. It's like literally, well, it's not down the street, but it's very close by. And we actually had a friend of ours come by and help pack up stuff, and she's like more than a friend to us. She's my boyfriend and his dad's former student. I've known her for as long as I know my boyfriend, which is, or as long as me and my boyfriend have actually been together. So my boyfriend and I have been together for 8.5 years. It'll be 9 soon. So I've known her about that long time, and she's more than just a friend. She's family. She's kind of like a sibling. She's like a little sister, but she's also like a surrogate daughter or a niece to us. And she came and helped pack up stuff. And she came for 3 days straight and did that. So thank you so much if you're watching. You know who you are. She goes by Virus in MCAT. And then the plan was to start moving the big stuff. So his dad had a dresser, a bed frame, some stereo. There's a standing piano that's in the living room that was taking up space. So another friend, you might know who he is. He goes by Lothar. He came by on that Saturday, and actually the friend that came before, that came 3 days straight, she was supposed to come as well, along with her boyfriend, who we know. Unfortunately, there was a complication. He went to go test to see if he had COVID, and it ended up being positive, and she had gone to see him. And so they couldn't come over until they found out if it was truly a positive, or luckily he wasn't showing any symptoms, so he might have been asymptomatic, but then he did another test and it turned out to be negative. So they think that the first test was a false positive. So that's what I've been doing so far. I've also been distracting myself. We actually got Minecraft for the PS4, and we've been playing that. Well, my boyfriend's been kind of obsessed with it a little bit. He's been watching videos and trying to figure out how to build the cool stuff. I've just been going on and like I'll go and gather materials and build my house, and then I'll just I just like building my house. I don't really watch the videos like he does. You know, I just do it casually. And basically, you know, that's all I've been really doing. Working, and, well, for the time being, until my end date. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that, but I do have my severance package. I've been working at my job for almost 9 years, but of those 9 years, I've only been working there permanently for 7. So for every year, you get 2 weeks severance pay. So it's 14 weeks, so 3.5 months severance pay will be coming my way. It will be paid weekly, because I'm an hourly employee, so I get paid weekly. And then I am free to collect unemployment. I'll still have my benefits, So I also have my insurance until my severance ends. So I think that's like December, like the start of December to mid-December, I believe. And there's one more thing that I'm collecting that I can't really talk about right now until it happens. So just in case you were wondering what was going on, I'm doing okay for the most part. I've just been hanging on in there, and I'm seeing where life's gonna take me right now. And I'm, you know, after my end date, I'm hoping to keep clearing up things in the house, because we're not done yet. It's been a battle. We got the big stuff out now. We're just kind of like, okay, now let's relax a little bit, but not too much, because then we're just gonna fall back into the same routine of not cleaning up after ourselves. And I'm hoping to start up sewing projects. I actually cut out a pattern. I cut out my fabric. I just haven't put it together because I've been working, taking care of stuff at home, things had taken precedence, and I've just so that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't want to get too lazy. I'm probably going to take a week or two, just not necessarily just be lazy, but kind of like take a breath and take care of myself, and then start getting into the routine of, you know, getting up, not getting up too late, still getting up early, taking not taking, what's the word, just making the most out of my day. And whether that be like cleaning or crafting or playing a video game or watching TV, I'm just gonna try. That's all you can do. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the people who've been commenting on my videos recently. Thank you for all who've subscribed recently. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also hit that bell notification. I hope that it won't take too long to update you guys, and I need to get back to my computer and see if I can complete those amp guard videos. It's just gonna take a while because my internet is still crappy. Anyway, take care, you guys. Bye.